Hello and welcome to my channel Happy Hours. Today I am going to discuss about the motions in the parliament, different parliamentary committees, questions in the parliament and some important parliamentary terms. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump to the first topic for today, which is motions in the parliament. A motion is a procedural device through which the functions of the legislature are carried on. The first one is censure motion. It is introduced and passed only in the Lok Sabha. It is introduced against only one policy of the Government of India. It is to be passed by a simple majority. And if it is passed, the particular policy is not implemented. If it is passed, the government is not supposed to resign, but the government is expected to bring a confidence motion in the House. Second one is the no confidence motion. It is introduced and passed only in the Lok Sabha. The resolution has to be supported by at least 50 members of the House at the time of its introduction. It is introduced with the objective to overthrow the government. The nature of the motion is like that is introduced only by the opposition. Once it is admitted, it takes procedure over the pending business of the House. It is to be passed by a simple majority. If it is passed, the government is expected to resign. A no confidence motion can be reintroduced only after 6 months. Confidence motion. It is not mentioned in the rules and procedures of the Lok Sabha. It can be introduced and passed only in the Lok Sabha. It evolved in the era of coalition politics. It is to be passed by a simple majority. The next one is adjournment motion. It can be introduced by at least 50 members of the House. It is introduced to adjourn an ongoing discussion and to discuss a matter of urgent public importance. The objective of this motion is to get information from the government. If the motion is adopted by the simple majority, the ongoing discussion is adjourned and the presiding officer of the House fixes the time for discussion at 16:00 hours on that day. It continues for a minimum of 2.5 hours. The last motion is the cut motion, and it can be introduced and passed only in Lok Sabha. It can be introduced for the curtailment in the demand for grants of ministries. The objective of the motion is to check the misuse of public money. It is to pass by the simple majority, and if it is passed, the Council of Ministers resign. Now I am proceeding with the parliamentary committees. The visible part of the parliament work takes place on the floor of House. The parliament generally meets for 3 sessions in the year, and the proceedings of these sessions are televised and watched by the people. However, the parliament has another forum through which a considerable amount of its work gets done, and these are known as the parliamentary committees. These committees are smaller units of MPs from both the houses of the parliament across the political parties, and they function throughout the year. These smaller groups of MPs deliberate on a range of subject matters, bills, and budget of all the ministries. The members of these committees get in touch with the domain experts, officials, and the members of public during the course of their studies. In the parliamentary committees, the members can speak their mind and discuss issues without sticking to their parties. After a committee completes its study, it publishes its report, which is laid in the houses of the parliament. These recommendations are not binding, but they carry a lot of weight. There are 2 types of parliamentary committees. First is the standing committee, and the second one is ad hoc committee. Standing committee. These are the permanent committee. Broadly speaking, there are 2 types of standing committees. First is department related, and the second one is finance related. Department related committees. These are 24 departments related standing committees. Each oversees a number of ministries. The department related committees were set up in the year 1993. These are permanent committees which are reconstituted every year. Each department related committees consist of 31 members, 21 from the Lok Sabha and 10 from the Rajya Sabha. The chairman is appointed by Speaker of the Lok Sabha. A minister cannot be a member of department related committee. Next is the finance related department committees. In this, we are having three committees. First is estimate committee, second one is public account committee, and the third and the last one is committee on public undertaking. Very first is estimates committee. There are 30 members, all from Lok Sabha. It is constituted by the Lok Sabha Speaker after the appropriation bill is passed by the Parliament. A minister cannot be a member of this committee, and the members are to be elected by the system of proportional representation with single transferable vote. Term of the committee is for 1 year. The committee approves the estimates of the ministries and it reports that what improvement in organization or administrative reforms consistent with the policy underlying the estimate may be affected and to suggest alternative policies in order to bring about efficiency and economy in administration. It is associated with the policy making of the country. The second one is Public Account Committee. It has 22 members, 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha. A minister cannot be a member of the Public Account Committees. And the term here is the same, is for 1 year. The chairperson is appointed by the Speaker. The chairperson must be a member of Lok Sabha and by convention he is from the largest opposition party. It scrutinizes the report of CAG and presents the summary of CAG report to the Parliament. It puts the financial check on the executive. Last one is Committee on Public Undertaking. It consists of 22 members, 15 from Lok Sabha and 7 from Rajya Sabha. The term is same, 1 year. The minister cannot be a part of it and it examines the annual reports of the listed PSUs like LIC, Gas Authority of India and Steel Authority of India, and also the CAG's report on the PSUs. Now we are proceeding to the next topic for today, which is the questions in the Parliament. Questions are asked in the question hour, which is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the House. That is the first hour of the House. There are different types of questions. First is starred question. The oral answer is to be given in the House and supplementary question can also be asked. Second one is unstarred question. Written answer is to be given in the House. And the third one is short notice question. For asking a question in the Parliament, at least 10 days prior notice is to be given. And a short notice question is the question of urgent public importance, which can be taken up before 10 days. Can be starred or unstarred questions. After the question hour, there is the next hour, which is called the 0 hour. 0 hour is the hour when any matter can be raised by the members, and it is from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Next, how the Parliament control over the executive. First is through the parliamentary committees, second through the motion, and the third by asking the different questions in the question hour. Now let us proceed to some important parliamentary terms. First is hung parliament, when no political party or a pre-poll coalition gets majority in the Lok Sabha. Then it is said that the parliament is hung. Second one is caretaker government. It is the government during prime ministerial succession. It is not a full-fledged government and cannot take major policy decisions. Only the day after the administration is taken care of. And the last one is interim government. Is a government during the transition of a country from one historical phase to another. For example, we can understand the government led by Pandit Nehru during during the period of 15th August 1947 till the formation of the first government after the elections. After the commencement of the constitution was an interim government. It is a full-fledged government and take important policies decisions. Next one is guillotine. Sometimes because of paucity of time, the demand for grants are passed without any discussion and it is known as guillotine. It is negative concept which shows lack of legislative control over the executive. Leader of opposition. Recognized by the Lok Sabha Speaker, is the leader of the largest opposition party in the Lok Sabha, but that political party must have at least 10% members in the Lok Sabha. He enjoys the cabinet status. Kangaroo clause. It is a measure where the presiding officer selects certain provisions for discussion and excludes others. Lame duck session. Last session of the legislature after the conduct of the elections. The members who are not elected in the next legislature are termed as lame duck. It is not used in India, but it is followed in Britain. It is valid in our country in only Rajya Sabha. Now, disqualification of MPs is going to be discussed in my next videos. Thank you.